Hello and welcome to the agenda. I am Ajay Kaul. In this program today, we will discuss the ongoing row between centre and non-BJP ruled states over GST compensation. The centre and non-BJP ruled states continued to confront each other over issues related to GST. At a meeting of GST Council convened by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, there was no consensus on the issue of borrowing money to meet the revenue shortfall because of COVID pandemic. While the centre wants states to borrow money, the non-BJP ruled states insist that the centre should borrow and compensate the states for the losses incurred. In the agenda today, we will try to understand what the problem is about. We have with us BJP MP Dr. Manoj Rajoria and Congress spokesperson Saif Khan. But before we begin our conversation, let us have a look at this small report.
The centre and non-BJP ruled states failed to reach a consensus on the issue of borrowing to make up for compensation shortfall at the GST Council meeting held on Monday. In view of the differences, the Council will meet again on 12th October. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the compensation shortfall, which has been incurred due to GST implementation or due to coronavirus pandemic, will be given back to the states. She announced that the centre would disburse to the states an amount of 20,000 crore rupees collected as compensation ceased so far this year. 25,000 crore rupees more would be disbursed on account of dues for the financial year 2018-2019. However, 10 states are demanding full compensation during the current year as per clauses in the GST Act. They also want the centre to borrow. According to Kerala Finance Minister Thomas Isaac, these states include Kerala, Punjab and Delhi. The centre has said the total shortfall in GST collection was estimated to be 2.35 lakh crore rupees. Out of the total shortfall, 97 crore rupees is on account of GST shortfall, while the rest is due to COVID-19 pandemic. During the last meeting in August, the centre presented two options before state to meet the GST shortfall. These are: a special window can be provided to the states in consultation with the Reserve Bank of India at a reasonable interest rate for borrowing 97,000 crore rupees. The amount can be repaid after 5 years of GST implementation ending 2022 from sales collection. The second option is to borrow the entire 2.35 lakh crore rupees shortfall under the special window. While at least 21 states, mostly ruled by BJP or parties which have supported it on issues, had opted by mid-September to borrow 97,000 crore rupees to meet the GST revenue shortfall in the current fiscal. Opposition-led states like West Bengal, Punjab and Kerala have not yet accepted the borrowing option given by the centre. Bureau Report.
Now let's welcome our guests Dr. Rajoria and Saif Khan. Welcome to the program. And Dr. Rajoria, my first question is to you. You must be knowing about the GST Council meeting which happened yesterday, where there was no consensus on borrowing issue particularly. So, as states are saying that centre should borrow and compensate the states, what is stopping the central government from doing that?
First of all, everybody have to understand the issue of the COVID situation. And the terms and situation, due to the COVID, the collection of the GST is very much less as per requirement. So states, those are opposing this compensation, they are holding.
I can't hear you.
States, those are not agree. Hello, are you able to listen to me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. Please go on.
Yeah. So I think there is clear that the problem with the GST. There is a decreased collection of the central GST and the compensation cash. The demand of some states, those are demanding the compensation cash Honorable Finance Minister have taken the meeting yesterday and issued 20,000 crore rupees to concerned states. But some states, those are non-NDA states, they are making it political issue instead of the anti-finance. Hello.
Yeah. Please go on.
Yeah, so they are making it a political issue instead of the financial situation. And Honorable Financial Minister have issued already 20,000 crore rupees concerned states and 24,000 GST released it within a week. So I think it is absolutely clear, and 21 states are agreeing from but some states are making it a political issue. Like Rajasthan, Punjab, Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Pakshim Bengal, Telangana, like this. So all these non-NDA states, they are diverting the issue. They are the political issue. What is the problem with them? I think they have no facts, reasoning. Nothing is there. They have to oppose everything. They have to do against everything. So I think we should wait and we should believe on
Dr. Rajoria, you referred to 25,000 crore which the center has said they will be paying in within a week. But that is the state's dues pending since financial year 2018. So that is not new thing.
Of course, the collection of the CGST is decreased. Of course, everybody knows it. And the collection is not coming directly to the IGST only, it as well as the PGST and the state GST also. So both of the collections are decreasing. So revenue deficiency are suffering from central government as well as the state governments also. But what is happening, some state governments are they are not trying to understand. They understand it, they know it, but they are just treating the situation.
Okay, we have Congress. We have Congress spokesperson with us, so I will ask this question to him. Mr. Saif Khan, can you hear me?
Yes, definitely I can hear you.
So did you hear Dr. Rajoria what he was saying, that there is politics, not economics involved in this?
See, first, I completely disagree with the statement what the BJP is or the people of BJP is saying right. Firstly, we are talking about GST, right? Or what call it as a person tax. Or we call it one nation, one tax, even though we know that we have 4 slabs in it. 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. Now, we have seen that GST Council has actually failed. Why? Because 2.35 lakh crore shortfall of compensation is collected. You know, it is being short. Or the amount which is supposed to be collected is, we've been assuming it will be collected by 65,000 crores, and the state's due amount is 3 lakh crores. So obviously, you can see that GST itself, I would say, has put an impact on India of about 97,000 crores shortfall, just because of wrongly doing a GST in India. Clearly stating it, or I would say that BJP has completely failed to introduce, or I would implement GST in India, even though we have, or we call it as nation one tax. Today, what we have, because of this falsely introduced, or way the people introduced, 97,000 crores shortfall arises due to the wrongly implemented GST in India. What we can assume right now, what we can see is, we can always see the present GDP is going down. It's minus 23.9% now. Look at the economical growth rate now. Earlier the growth rate was 5.7%. Now there is actually no growth rate. Now it's not just because of the pandemic of GST in India. It's because of the wrong implementation of GST. We are seeing the wrong implementation of demonetization as well in India. But BJP government or the representatives of the BJP government, they always deny the fact. They deny the fact that the private investment has been declined. They deny the fact that the industrial growth has been collapsed. They deny the fact that the agriculture is a disaster. They deny the fact that the construction industry is actually vanishing. They deny the fact that the exports are going down. They actually deny the fact that now the state requires the amount but then the amount is not being given by the central government. I would like to know why.
No, the center has a, genuine issue that they say due to the shortfall of revenues. So we are not able to meet the compensation right now. We can give it later to them, to the states. So why are states insisting on immediate compensation?
That's what I told you. Let me tell you, 97,000 crores shortfall arises due to
that I know, yeah.
That is, then again, 1.3 lakh crore is due to the impact of the COVID, right? Now look at the GDP growth, look at the agricultural growth, look at the revenue growth of India. BJP is an actual disaster to our country, and their representatives are really shocked and surprised. How can they deny to all the states of the amount and the compensation? They should have arranged for it, right? Now we have seen that the government is, earning their revenues by putting down 140% tax on the petrol and diesel. Right? They are the funds. Why can't the state be compensated?
Okay, let me ask the BJP.
Again, the pending amount of 2018, you were talking about the pending amount. The
right.
pending amount is not being still distributed. Why?
Okay, let me ask Dr. Rajoria. Dr. Rajoria, you heard Congress spokesperson, he is saying that the economy has been mismanaged. So it is more to do with that rather than coronavirus.
Congress, especially their leaders, Rahul Gandhi and all their party persons, they are just one work only to make some false allegations and the truth away from all the truth, all allegations without base. I think whole world is suffering economically due to COVID-19, but they are denying it and they are coming on the government only and the economically. Congress grow economy of their own party. Congress grow economy of the middlemen. So BJP is destroying all the economy of this Congress party as well as the middlemen, and they are trying to raise the economy of the farmers, common men, businessmen, as well as of India. And they are coming on this. First of all, they are saying about the compensation. The central government is not denying to give compensation, first of all. They should understand that government is ready to give compensation, but promise they have made in the GST Council. So we are ready to fulfill all the promises, but they are very in hurry and worry that what will happen, that Modi is doing very well. Everything is going in the right direction. Even public is understanding every situation. So they are panic and they are creating situation that everything is not right, especially economy is not right. I think Congress should understand that situation all over the world is due to COVID, financial restrictions and financial problems are there. That's why as well as India is also suffering. So we should support. If you have any good idea, then I think you should put the idea in the parliament. If you have not, then the GST Council, you should go in GST Council. Even Honorable Finance Minister has given the next date of the 12th October. You should come and put your whatever the arguments before the council. And if you are not having any provision in council, the voting, by voting you can do the decision. By voting, they will say this is not, say that this is not democracy. So whatever Congress wants, this is democracy. Whatever Congress do, this is economic growth. But public is understanding. This is absolutely Congress has left their way, their vision. Nothing is there. That's why they are aggressive on every matter. Either can be economy or GST or whatever. They are fighting out unnecessary issues.
But Dr. Rajoria, isn't it true that economy was suffering even before COVID? GDP was declining even before coronavirus came.
sir, not economy was not suffering. Economy was not suffering.
No, I'll tell you. I'll sir. I'll quote you the last quarter figures of 2019-20. It was 4.2. GDP growth was at 4.2.
Of course. This was right. Yeah, I agree that it was 4.2, but not only of India. You should go all over world also. Then you will think. and we even compare.
Okay, Mr. Saif. Okay, Mr. Saif wants to say something. Yeah.
See, I'm really shocked and surprised, like the false commitments and the false claims by Bharatiya Janata Party and their representatives on channel. It's such a shame. Let me tell you a fact. In August 2013, India was one of the fastest growing industry in terms of economical growth. India was on number 3, making it 4.8 trillion of the economy. Let me give you a fact here. Once the BJP has taken over the center, we have seen a continuous declining in the GDP growth. You talk about GDP, you talk about credit growth, or you talk about economical growth. Let me tell you, today, I've already quoted you that the present GDP is minus 23.9%. When BJP took over the center in 2014, we started having a GDP fall. And this is because of complete failure of this government, because they are not able to handle it. We have seen now that there will be high prices on such goods that those who have cess on it. So let me clarify to you on your channel firstly that BJP is always committing a false commitment to you. Look at the statement here. I mean, if you have a defaulter, right? If you have companies or those companies, those who are defaulters or they're forging or all the companies or other the companies those who are actually paying it, they'll be put on hold. These are this is what BJP government is doing. None of the taxations are enforced properly. We have seen failed finance minister stating that we are not able to help because of the coronavirus. It's not just because of the coronavirus, let me tell you. The time BJP government took over the center in 2014, we have started seeing the fall in
Mr. Saif, as Dr. Rajoria said that situation last financial year internationally was bad. That impacted India's growth also. So don't you agree with that?
See, let me tell you, in 2014 we did not have global crisis, right? But we have seen the falsely imposed demonetization, which actually destroyed many industries, small scale industries, shopkeepers, small medium businesses, in farmers and their laborers. We have seen them going. We have seen middle class going, jobless. So, if you're talking about BJP, and their statements, they are always false. The time 2014 till 2020, you can always see the GDP growth in declining form. I've never seen the GDP going, up, or I've never seen our country going upward. What I've seen is what economical growth has seen as, what GDP growth has seen as, what credit growth has seen, always seen in the declining mode.
Okay, let us ask Dr. Rajoria now.
That maybe the representatives they claim on the channel. I'm really shocked and surprised. They should be ashamed of their steps, actually.
Okay, Dr. Rajoria, you want to respond to that before I ask you something else?
First of all, I would like to respond that he said that the BJP made false commitment. There is no false commitment.
What is the growth rate now? Tell me.
No, let him speak.
What is the growth rate now?
Mr. Saif, let him speak. Mr. Saif, let him speak.
Let him quote the figures. Let him quote the figures.
Let him speak, then you can respond. Let him speak, then you can respond.
What was the GDP growth in 2014?
Yeah, you are stuck on the 2014. I welcome you that you are stuck on the 2014 and you will go back to 2009 as well, because
we have sustained the GDP at 10.8%.
Saif Khan, please wait. Let him respond, then you can respond. Let him speak. Yeah, please, Dr. Rajouri.
Yeah. You just remember it and call it again and again 10 point something and like that only 2014 you will go 2009 whatever you can say but whatever you can say but you know the situation is today especially about you are discussing about the GST and GST we had not made any false commitment and regarding the GDP you are saying
GST. Firstly,
Yeah.
GST or the person tax was strongly introduced in India.
Saif Khan, let him.
There is a saying, one nation, one tax.
Saif
There
Khan,
is
let
a
him
one
speak.
tax.
Let him
There are
speak.
4 slabs in tax.
Let him speak. Dr. Rajouri, please continue.
Yeah. So first of all, there is no false commitment, Ajay ji. There is, of course, the Honorable Finance Minister has said that
You
we
don't
will
call
pay
it
all
false
these things. Yeah, there is no false commitment and whatever your grievances you can raise before GST Council. Why you are doing that, saying that this is false commitment? How you can say this is false commitment? This is on the base of the rules and regulation. Everything is there in GST Council and everything is there, transparent is there.
There is a slogan,
There is no false
right?
commitment.
So,
One
Dr.
one
Rajouri,
nation,
if I
one
may
tax,
ask,
right.
Dr. Rajouri, please, Saif Khan, please wait. Dr. Rajouri, if I may ask you, when we talk about GST compensation, there is in the GST Act, it is mandated that the center will compensate states for the losses incurred for the first 5 years. So it is mandated under the law that the center should compensate states. So what do you say on that?
Of course.
We'll be
Of course,
compensating
this is-
next year.
Saif Khan,
right?
please. Saif Khan, please let him speak. Then I'll come back to you. Yeah, please, Dr. Rajouri.
On the one part, Ajay ji, you are saying that every bank even giving the moratorium period. But Congress wants, their Congress is aggressive that since this COVID situation, yes, they know very well that the revenue collection is not sufficient. Instead of they are making pressure that they should give all the revenues to Congress states only instead of the whole countries. This is the issue with them. So we are making promise. We have given 3 options where they are not adopting any option. They are rigid that we are not accepting any option. So this is the thought, this is your vision, this is your stand given by their own leaders only. So this is the issue. So they don't want to resolve the issue. They don't want to understand the situation. They are stubborn and they want to make issue without any facts. They do not want to cooperate with present situation. So, okay, whatever they want to do, they can do it. They can shout. They can misguide, they can misguide. But this is reality. The situation is there. GST revenue collection is so much less. So that the time is coming. Honorable Finance Minister has given 20,000 crore in next week. They will go give all the money and as well as the revenue collection will be there. Remaining funds will also be given. But why they are making pressure that all funds should be given to their states only?
Okay, Saif Khan, why is opposition, why is Congress creating difficulties for the center when you know the situation is very bad?
See, I'm really shocked again by the statement of their representatives because I know them personally. I've seen them. Saying the slogan first that one nation, one tax, and if I'm asking why there are 4 taxes, there are no answers. I'm asking them what is the GDP growth and what is the credit growth. There's been no figures quoted out. And now they're saying that Congress is questioning. Definitely, because it's our country. We have rights to ask that, right? Let me tell you that
No, you have no
even your
Congress.
even Bharatiya Janata Party's ex-former minister.
Saif Khan,
Finance
no,
Minister,
opposition.
Concern regarding this, right?
Saif
So it's
Khan,
not just Indian National Congress, their own leaders, their own finance ministers has actually put down some questions in front of the government, but the government is actually a complete failure in terms of that.
Saif Khan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So the issue is not that why is opposition questioning the government. The issue is that why is opposition pressurizing the government in these difficult situations. That is the BJP MP is asking.
See, see, that's what I'm telling you. And I told you on your channel that India is facing difficulties at the time when the BJP government took over in 2014. Till that time, we are seeing a continuous decline in our economy. in our GDP growth. That's what I'm saying. And today, when there has been a pandemic situation, and I've actually given you a figure on how much because of the pandemic the government has suffered. But the major part of the revenue is because of the wrong implementation of the GST. Then how can the Bharatiya Janata Party and their representatives can falsely claim on the Congress?
Okay, Dr. Rajoria, why are you blaming Congress, he say, if this situation has not been handled properly, as he says?
My friend said that the wrong implementation of GST. So, he should ask himself and their leaders that GST was initiated by the Congress UPA government only. And we have completed it. So, they are saying that they have initiated it wrong. And they are saying that
Yes,
we implemented it
definitely.
wrong.
We have implemented it wrong.
Please try to understand and try to listen also that if you have initiated it and we are implementing it through GST Council and the consent of all the states and the center as well and all the experts. So you are denying all these things. You are denying all the states' view. You are denying all the council's guidelines and the consent which they have made before making the council.
Right?
But if you have some good ideas, then you should put it in Parliament or before the GST goes. How we can
Definitely, we have actually,
you are not doing it. You are not giving any suggestion. My dear friend, you are not giving any suggestion. If you have some, find out any lacunas in the implementation, I think this should be positive attitude. That you should put some ideas in the whatever the lacunas are there.
Okay, I'll give you an idea.
Before the GST Council or in the Parliament, on your leadership, your leadership, Rahul Gandhi,
collecting
put it
revenue
before the Parliament. So that the necessary
Let him speak. We can't hear.
Why can't the state be compensated, firstly?
Saif, let him speak. We are not able to hear. Let him hear. Let us hear him. Then we'll hear you also. Please, Dr. Rajoria, continue.
If you have some ideas and some kind of some lacunas in implementation of the GST, you should write down it. You should give to Honorable Finance Minister before the GST Council, so that if any correction is required, they can do it. But
Okay.
your state, you are representing so many states. Your state finance minister coming in the GST Council, they should represent. They should say that these are the lacunas and these deficiencies. We should be corrected. But we are not giving any suggestion there. So what is this?
So, Saif,
You
you heard.
completely agree on the channel that the central government has completely failed, right? So that's the reason you've been asking some of the ideas, right? So let me tell you, I would ask you and your government to resign now because you will not be able to handle this for sure.
Sorry, sir, you are diverting it. This is not completely failed and we are asking, we are humble. I am humble, so I am asking you. This is not means we are failed. If you have positive attitude, you should give such suggestions. This is your failure, your Congress government failure. Your Congress ideology is failure. That's why public have refused from government.
Right.
The double standard is not right. My dear friends, the double standards, you are saying the government is failure, no failure. If we are asking some good suggestion from you, means you are failed. You are not giving some good suggestion and you are making allegations only. If you have some good idea, then you should put it. But you are unable to give their ideas and saying that everything is wrong, implementation is wrong. But if you have some good ideas, you are not able to give it, then saying the government is failed. So what is there? You have double standard.
Okay, Dr. Rajoria. Okay, Dr. Rajoria, we are running out of time. Brief comment, brief response from Saif. Do you have any construction suggestions which you want to make?
See, firstly, if they are just looking for suggestions, which they actually never take, firstly, one nation, one tax, there should be one tax and that too a minimum tax. Secondly, people of India are facing 140% taxes. Where is the money going? Why can't you pay the taxes? And you are still asking for a suggestion. What I can suggest you can put down your papers, you can give a resignation to that so we can actually take over and then get everything corrected. This is what Indian National Congress can do because
try to understand you have not given the government on the public of India have
let me just complete my word. Let me just complete my word.
Dr.
Rajoria, the government you have no right to speak like this only.
Dr. Rajoria, let him complete.
The right to speak like this.
So we have seen that. Thank you so much.
Okay,
We
I
have
think this.
seen that.
I think this debate will continue, and I think this face-off will continue. But thank you both of you for participating in this debate. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is all in the agenda today. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another important topic tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.